Okay. Should be good. Welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Carlito Santiago, and today we're here to talk about what went down on Friday night SmackDown before Survivor Series. Now, this show was ultimately pre-taped, so as usual, I sort of already knew what was going to happen before it happened. So, but we might as well get into it, because it showed last night. Jey Uso and Rusev competed in, of course, the tournament for the last time is now, as John Cena's last opponent is reaching its the tournament's reaching its end. But, okay. SmackDown opened with a War Games preview before LA Knight was told backstage he would be facing a mystery opponent in the last time is now tournament due to Sheamus being injured. But the semifinals of the tournament would kick off the show, with Rusev taking on Jey Uso. The Bulgarian Brute took control and hit a suplex for an early 2 count. This was one of those matches that's hard to judge. Nothing they did looked bad, but they also didn't do anything to make this stand out. It felt very painted by the numbers. The best part of the match was Rusev kicking out of a spear at 1, but he wasn't able to make enough of a comeback. Main event, Jey scored the win with an Uso splash to advance in the tournament. This is a bit less branding around the ring this week, which is true. So great to see. And it felt pretty predictable too. Well, The Miz showed a new trick had to trick all this into selecting him to be the mystery opponent. So after a break, Chelsea Green came out to celebrate winning the US title a few weeks ago. Oh my god. Get off my screen. So, Chelsea Green came out after celebrating winning the U.S. title a few weeks ago, and Jade Cargill came out and put her down with a Jade to end the short segment. I don't know what that was about, but whatever. The next match was LA Knight taking on The Miz in the Last Time Is Now tournament. The way The Miz got this bout was funny, but it was probably the least satisfying surprise WWE could have booked, instead of adding somebody who has had a feud with Cena before. These are two guys who both know how to work with just about anyone, so it was very surprising to see them find their groove right away. It's just unfortunate that the mystery opponent was a disappointing reveal, and the match that followed was as predictable as it gets. The A-lister wormed his way back into the tournament, but didn't help in the end. LA Knight would be able to hit the BFT for the 1, 2, 3 and advance to the semifinals. The Miz got defeated here. R-Truth, Nicholas and R-Truth made a lot of ball jokes backstage. I don't know why, but whatever. Great to see. Asuka took on Charlotte Flair in the advantage. Winner gets the advantage in War Games. Charlotte and Asuka met for the singles match to determine who would get the advantage. The longtime rivals took their time and sized each other up a bit before wrestling each other down to the mat. The Empress of Tomorrow took control as the show went to a break. These two have always worked well together, and this time was no exception. This won't end up being in their top matches, but it was definitely a step up from the 2 bouts that came before it on the show. Asuka accidentally missed a crew member instead of Flair, and this led to the Queen hitting the natural selection for the victory. Ilya Dragunov was impeccably dressed during his backstage interview. Calling Ciampa a jackass is becoming the same thing as calling Marty McFly a chicken. Cool. Great to be, and we can get to our main event, which was the traditional Survivor Series match. It was the 10-man Survivor Series elimination match. Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Tala Tonga, and JC Mateo taking on Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Fenix, Chris Sabin, and Alex Shelley. It took longer than expected for the first eliminations, of course, to happen. And having it be the biggest powerhouse on the MFT side was surprising. After a few eliminations, it came down to Zayn being alone against Tala Tonga, Tama, and Solo. From that point, it was a pretty one-sided fight. But Zayn tried his best. He was able to eliminate Tama, and then he was able to take out Tala with a count-out victory. So Solo was finally able to get the best of him with a Samoan spike. But it was right before that, of course, as right after the match, Uncle Howdy would show up And, of course, he would hit his sister Abigail on Solo Sikoa to end the show. Grade a B-. Again, this match got started with only 22 minutes left in the show. They didn't try to rush things. Too many people used a red and black color scheme. Only Phoenix wore something different with his blue gear. So what was the final word? Well, SmackDown managed to hype both Survivor Series and the upcoming Saturday Night Main Event at the same time. We got 2 matches in the Last Time Is Now tournament, a War Games Advantage bout, and an elimination match to close the show. 5-on-5 contest had some fun moments, but I think the best thing on the show to probably arguably say is, of course, Asuka and Flair. Tonight's PLE doesn't appear to have anything that could potentially be groundbreaking for the WWE, so let's hope the company has a surprise or two in store. Graded a C, and that feels about right. I mean, yeah, the best thing really on the show was Flair and Asuka, but, you know, and it was disappointing. The tournament felt a little bit disappointing with having The Miz sneak in here and then having a predictable bout between Jay and Rusev. Nothing felt really advertised for this show. 2 hours of what? And now they want to go back to 3 hours because... And this is what they're doing. They want 2:30. They want 2 hours and 30 minutes, like how Raw has, because it's a pretty good time. They don't want the whole 2 hour, 3 hour, you know, because they were the USA. If they just break away from the USA and get onto Netflix for SmackDown, that's perfect for them. Or hop on Prime Video, or hop on, you know, something that fucking, you know. But of course, the WWE needs to be cable based. Well, you already are cable based. You already fucking got. You got NXT on CBS. Or, sorry, you have NXT on CW. My mistake. So, I don't know. SmackDown is just not feeling right as much. It's not feeling good. It needs to have some stories, you know, go back to the story base that it used to be. Also, Aleister Black and Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley had a meeting up. Well, I mean, Zelina Vega and Damian Priest had a backstage moment, which led to, of course, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest hugging it out, having a hug, and a possible words after, you know, all is said and done. But yeah, this was SmackDown. Let me know what you guys thought about SmackDown in the comments down below. Again, SmackDown's just, I don't know. I don't want to say SmackDown sucks, but SmackDown's lacking. SmackDown is lacking a lot. Hopefully they're able to bounce back after this Survivor Series is over so they can have their main characters on their show. Main star powered, basically. So, I'm going to be here next week. I'm going to be here on Tuesday. I'm going to be here tomorrow to give you the Survivor Series review. You got the predictions, of course. You can go check that back out. Lewis will also be here Monday to give you what went down on Sunday Night Football. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow to talk about what went down at Survivor Series. Peace.